Uh, Good morning, Virgo. Something broke in them last night. Not broke like damaged, broke like dam breaking, like internal pressure that's been building for weeks or months, finally hitting threshold where holding back stops being option. And in that breaking, in that 2 a.m. moment of clarity, or 4 a.m. moment of exhaustion, or whenever the fuck they stopped sleeping moment of surrender, they made decision about you, about them, about situation, about what they're willing to accept and what they're no longer willing to tolerate. And decision isn't theoretical, isn't someday I should probably, isn't vague intention that evaporates with morning coffee. It's concrete, specific. I'm doing this starting now, regardless of outcome. And the action, the taking action now part, means you're about to experience the result of their overnight decision before you even know decision was made. Text arriving that changes everything, call you're not expecting, conversation getting initiated, boundary getting set, offer being made, door being closed, or door being blown wide open after being cracked for months, movement, sudden movement, after period of stagnation. Here's what happens in people's minds overnight that creates decision action immediacy. In defenses lower. During day, people are defended, rational, controlled, managing image, managing fear, operating from should and reasonable and what makes sense. But night, especially sleepless night, strips defenses. Exhaustion makes pretending impossible. Darkness makes truth louder. Aloneness creates clarity that crowds obscure. And in that stripped down state, people access what they actually want versus what they think they should want, what they actually feel versus what they've been managing. And sometimes what they access is terrifying in its clarity. Oh, I'm in love with them. When did that happen? Or, oh, I can't do this anymore. I thought I could, but I can't. Or, oh, I've been wasting time. If I don't act now, I'll regret this forever. Tolerance reaches limit. Something that's been tolerable becomes suddenly intolerable. Line that was blurry becomes solid. Maybe they've been tolerating ambiguity about where you stand, tolerating your distance, tolerating not knowing if feelings are mutual, tolerating situation that's comfortable but ultimately unfulfilling. And overnight, through accumulation or through single triggering thought tolerance collapses, I can't do this one more day. I can't wake up tomorrow in this same limbo. Something has to change, and I'm the only one who can change it. That's when decision gets made, when intolerable becomes mobilizing. Courage builds through desperation. During day, fear of rejection, fear of consequences, fear of looking stupid keeps people contained. But overnight, alone with their thoughts, desperation builds. What if I never tell them and spend rest of life wondering what if? What if I stay in this and it steals years I could have spent building something real? And desperation, properly channeled, becomes courage. Not fearless courage, terrified courage. I'm scared as fuck, but doing it anyway courage. That's the courage that creates overnight decision. That creates, I don't care about consequences. I care about not living with regret. Clarity arrives suddenly, not through analysis, not through pro-con list, through knowing, bone deep, undeniable. This is what I need to do. Not, this might be good idea. Not, I should probably consider. Just knowing. And knowing that resists doubt even when doubt tries to creep in with morning light. That clarity, that certainty is what creates immediate action. Because when you know, waiting feels like torture, feels like betraying yourself, feels like giving fear time to rebuild walls. So they act now, before doubt can organize, before fear can create new excuses, before reasonable can talk them into continued waiting. What decision might be what they decided overnight about you? They decided they're done hiding feelings, done pretending they're not in love when they are, done playing cool when they're consumed, done protecting themselves from vulnerability by staying distant. Decision. I'm telling them whatever happens, happens, but I can't carry this alone anymore. Action. Confession arriving through text, through call, through showing up, through however they communicate when walls are down. And you're going to have to respond. Not in weeks, not let me think about it, now or at least soon. Their vulnerability requires matching vulnerability or clear boundary, no more limbo. They decided they're done waiting for you to make move, done hoping you'll initiate, done giving you space that you're interpreting as disinterest on their part. Decision. I'm pursuing actively. I'm making interest clear. I'm removing ambiguity so we both know where we stand. Action, increased presence, direct communication, plans being made, intentions being stated. I want to take you out. I want to try this. I'm interested in you specifically, and I'm done pretending I'm not. They decided they're done accepting current situation, done with breadcrumbs, done with inconsistency, done with whatever dynamic has been tolerating that's actually killing them slowly. Decision. I need more, or I need out. No more middle ground. Action. Boundary being set, ultimatum being delivered. I need specific thing, or I can't continue this. Not threat, not manipulation, just truth about what they need to stay. And you'll have to decide if you can meet that need or if meeting it isn't possible or wanted. Either answer is valid, but answer becomes necessary. They decided they're done trying, done fighting for something that feels one-sided, done being only one invested, done hoping you'll eventually match their energy. Decision. I'm letting go, for real, this time. Action. Distance being created, communication stopping, energy being redirected. Not dramatic announcement necessarily, just withdrawal. And withdrawal, when someone's been present, is noticeable, loud even in its silence. And you'll have to decide if that loss matters, if you want to fight for connection, or if their leaving creates relief. Both valid, but both require acknowledgement. They decided they're ready for commitment they've been avoiding, ready to be serious, ready to stop keeping options open, ready to actually build instead of just explore. Decision. I'm all in. I'm choosing this. I'm choosing them. Action. Commitment being offered. Exclusivity being proposed. Future being planned. Let's do this for real energy replacing. Let's see where this goes energy. Why action is happening now. Why overnight decision creates immediate movement. Because waiting allows doubt to rebuild. Morning brings rationality, daylight brings fear, interaction with others brings input that complicates clarity. So they're acting in Windao, between clarity and doubt, between knowing and questioning, between courage and fear rebuilding its case. They're acting now, because now is when they can. Tomorrow they might not. Tomorrow fear might win. Tomorrow they might convince themselves to wait longer. And they're done waiting, done delaying, done letting fear determine timeline, done letting perfect moment prevent any moment. This is the moment. Not perfect, not ideal, just now, and now is what they have. What you're supposed to do when action arrives. Don't panic. Their sudden movement after a period of stillness will feel jarring, will trigger your own fear, will make you want to control or defend or flee. Breathe, ground. Remind yourself, someone making decision about their own life and communicating it isn't attack, it's honesty. Listen fully before responding. Don't interrupt their confession with "but I." Don't cut off their boundary with "wait, let me." Don't stop their withdrawal with bargaining. Let them say complete thing. Let them express fully. Then respond from place of having actually heard instead of from place of defending or managing. Honor their courage. Even if answer is no, even if you're not interested, even if timing is wrong, even if their decision creates ending you weren't ready for. Thank you for being honest. I appreciate you telling me. I respect that decision. Courage deserves acknowledgement. Vulnerability deserves respect, even when outcome isn't what they hoped. Be honest about what you want, not what you think you should want, not what's safe, not what maintains status quo. What do you actually want with them in this situation for your life? Their decision and action creates opening for your honesty. Don't waste it on performance. Don't waste it on buying time you'll use to avoid deciding. Match their vulnerability if you can. Match their clarity if possible. And if you can't match, if you're not ready, if you don't want what they want, if timing is wrong, say that clearly, kindly, but clearly. I'm not there yet. I don't feel the same way. I need time to figure out what I want. I can't give you what you need. Clean honesty serves better than ambiguous comfort, even when honesty hurts. Decide quickly, but not impulsively. They've created urgency, but urgency doesn't mean you respond in seconds. You can take hours, day even, but not weeks. Their overnight decision and immediate action deserves timely response, not instant, but timely. Don't leave them hanging while you figure it out indefinitely. Sit with it, feel what you feel, then respond from clarity, not from confusion. The power is yours. It always has been. Overnight, they've made really big decision about you and taking action now. And that action is arriving as confession, pursuit, boundary, withdrawal, or commitment, and your job is receiving without panic, listening fully, honoring their courage, being honest about what you want, and responding with clarity that matches their vulnerability, even if your clarity is, "I don't know yet," or "I don't want this." Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Trust yourself. And listen, when someone acts on overnight decision with this kind of immediacy, it's because waiting became more painful than risking. because not knowing became worse than knowing worst case. That kind of decision deserves your honesty, not your management, not your performance of interest you don't feel or disinterest you don't mean. Just truth, whatever your truth is. They were brave enough to decide and act, be brave enough to be honest. Take care.